Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel Made with Love. My name is Heather and today I'm in my kitchen and I'm going to make a dinner. I'm making a slow cooker chicken, the chicken legs. I've got 2 packs and I get about 5 pieces in each pack. So I'm going to be cooking 10 pieces of chicken in my slow cooker, and with that I've got some red, orange, and yellow peppers that I've chopped up and they're frozen. So I brought them out of my freezer earlier this morning, so they're still quite frozen but starting to get defrosted. So I'm going to put half of them in with my chicken and I'm going to put the other half in with my, or maybe, no, just less than half of them with my rice for tonight. So I'm going to be doing the chicken in my slow cooker. I'm going to cook some rice in my rice cooker, and I'm also going to be steaming asparagus. And I've got one of these large French loaves, and I'm going to do half with garlic and half with cheesy bread. So that is what we're having for supper tonight. So I'm just going to start first by, these are my chicken. So I got these at Superstore. This pack was $9.29 for 5 really good size pieces of chicken. And with my acrylics I cannot get into here. Yeah, so even with the knife, hard to open. Just gonna get this open. I usually try to start these before doing things, but sometimes you just want to jump right into the video, and so I forgot to open it. My lid off my slow cooker. I'm just gonna spin this around so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry about my hand. Right here. So I got my slow cooker, and I'm just going to put these pieces of chicken in here. So I've got 10 pieces of chicken that I'm going to be cooking in my slow cooker. I've got 1 pack, and I'm going to grab my peppers here. Throw in some peppers on top. I like to stagger my chicken and then having some peppers and stuff around. Just get some on the bottom, get some under the chicken, which I should have put some in before I put my chicken in, but that's okay. I can stir it around in a minute. I want to keep some to cook in with my rice. I don't quite need all this to cook in with my rice. There, I'll chop this up. That's a good amount for the rice. So now I'm just going to grab my other thing of chicken here. And this pack was also 5 pieces of chicken, and it was $9.64. Seemed like a pretty good price at the moment for the price of what the price of meat is at the moment. So they had some similar packs that were exact same, and they were like $16 and $18 for the same piece, the same amount of pieces of chicken. I don't know, there might have been maybe bigger pieces. I'm not quite sure, but I always try to find, you know, some of the smaller or the less priced packs of meat. You're getting it. Oops, there goes a piece of chicken on the floor. Not one of the big pieces, just a small piece, just kind of jumped off of here. So I always try to, you know, go through the cuts of meat at the store, and I'll try to find, you know, like the cheaper cuts of meat. I do have some chicken broth, so I will be putting in half a cup of chicken broth in here as well. Still in the fridge, so I'll grab that in a moment. I'm going to turn it on to low for now. I'll put the lid on. Now my chicken is cooking, and I will be back when I am ready to do the rice and everything else. All right, I realized I forgot about making my sweet and sour sauce for the chicken. So I'm not even gonna measure. I don't know, I've got quite a bit of chicken, so I'm just pouring in. Just move this down. Oops. Yeah, sorry, my tripod just totally flipped over. I was just trying to move this down so you can see what I'm doing. Now I've got 10 pieces of chicken to coat. So I'm not even measuring, I'm just squeezing this in. So mine is just very simple with ketchup, soy sauce, and some white sugar. So I've got good amount of ketchup. I'd probably say easily half a cup. I don't need a lot of soy sauce because it's pretty strong. And then a little bit of white sugar. I prefer using brown sugar, but I don't have any brown sugar at the moment. I could also use honey because that's also really nice too. So I've just got these 3 ingredients and I'm just going to whisk it together to get a really nice sauce here. It smells good. So that is just my quick little sweet and sour sauce for on my chickens. Now I'm just gonna spin the camera around so you can see how I put the sauce on the chicken. Now I do know with slow cookers you don't want to take the lid off too many times, but I meant to do this earlier before I started cooking and I totally forgot about the sauce on top of my chicken. I was just in a hurry trying to get things ready for supper tonight. So I've got this and I've got one of these little pastry brush type thing and I'm just going to coat all the chicken. That's all I'm going to do. Just going to coat all the chickens. I got to get a fork here so I can lift up these pieces so I can coat the pieces underneath. And I do know this is going to hurt the cooking time on these for having the slow cooker open or having the slow cooker lid off for too long, but just one of those things when you're cooking sometimes you forget a step. So I'm just going to grab a bowl or plate here. I'm just going to put some of these chicken in here for a quick second just so I can get in here. I did put water in here, so there is liquid in here, but now I just got to move these top 5 pieces. I can get in here and coat these other ones. I said I was going to put the chicken stock. I didn't have any chicken stock left in my fridge. I thought I did. So I just put a 1/4 cup of water down in the bottom here to help cook the chicken. Also, I find if you put a little bit of water or something at the bottom of the slow cooker, then nothing's going to stick. Just going to pour this in here. I'm just going to pour this in here and just kind of swirl it around on top of all these chicken pieces and get down underneath. There. And I'll put those other ones back on top and get these cooking again. So I got it on low and I started cooking. It was just before 1 o'clock. Now it's just after 2 now, so it's been in here like an hour. I mean, they're not hot because, you know, it's like I can lift them up. They're starting to get warm now. I just wish I would have remembered about putting the sauce on a little bit earlier than this. But I'm busy doing so many things that sometimes you just forget a step. Or you're thinking, I was gonna do the chicken broth, and then I opened up my pantry and I didn't have any cartons in there, and I thought I had a carton open one from the other day left in my fridge, but I guess I must have used it up with using up all of our leftover Thanksgiving dinners. I must have used up whatever bit of chicken broth was left in the fridge. So here we go. There, I got this. All the chicken is now nicely coated. And I said for every time you open the lid, I think you have to add 20 to 40 minutes of cooking time. You don't want to open the lids too many times on slow cookers. But I missed a step, so I kind of had to. But there we go. So I've got the slow cooker on. I still have it on low. Look at the clock. It's still like just getting hot now. So I think because of what time we're going to have supper, I think it should be okay still on low. Actually, I'm trying to look at the clock and see what time we're having supper. So it's almost 2:30. We want supper at about 6:30. So it's still about 4 hours away. So I think having it on low should still be okay. If I think that it needs to, I will turn it up to high just to get a hotter temperature, and it will cook a little faster. But for now, I'm going to keep it on low. So I will be back when I'm ready to make the rice and everything else. Alright, so now I'm going to make my rice in my rice cooker. So right now it's on the keep warm is lit up. I'm just doing 1 cup of regular white rice and 1 cup of water. I had my cup of water and then I spilt it, so I had to remeasure on my 1 cup of water. And I'm going to add some oil and some salt. I'm just going to give this a quick stir. And lid on, and I'm just going to push this down. So now it is cooking the rice. So when it is cooked, it will come off. And so here is my chicken. It's cooking up really good. And next I will be making the garlic bread or cheesy bread and the asparagus. Alright, so I forgot, but yes, I did. I chopped up the peppers and added the peppers to the rice. And then I have cut up my asparagus, and I've got them in my silicone containers here for the microwave. So I will put them in the microwave, and I will set them on the sensor cook under the fresh vegetables. So sensor cook number 2. And then I'll press start, and it will steam the asparagus. So now I'm going to work on the garlic toast. Alright, now I'm going to work on my French loaf. So it's nice French loaf. I got it from Superstore for like 95 cents. So I'm just going to cut it in half. And I've got cheese already shredded here, so I'm just going to put the shredded cheese on 1/2 of it. And that's my microwave beeping, telling me that the asparagus is done. And my rice cooker also just finished cooking too. So my rice is done, my chicken's done, everything is done. So I'm just going to get cheesy bread and garlic bread finished. So there is the cheese bread. And then for the garlic bread, I have this garlic paste in a big jar. I'm just going to put a couple tablespoons on this side, and I'm just going to put these in the broiler for about 3 to 5 minutes. And so I will be back when everything is done, and I'll show you what the dinner looks like when it's all lifted up. Alright, so I just lifted up my chicken with the peppers, and then my rice with the peppers. And then here is the garlic bread and the cheesy bread and the steamed asparagus. Very quick, easy supper. Again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to my channels, watching my videos, and I will see you all in my next videos. Bye.